Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, um, wherever your time is. I hope you're doing well. It's afternoon here for me, so it's good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. I am excited. I hope you are excited as well. I'm happy because I'm happy. I'm happy because I sing, or I sing because I'm happy. Which one is correct? I'm happy because I sing, or I sing because I'm happy. Which one is correct? Whoever gets it will get a prize. Great. Well done. I sing because I'm happy. Right? You take action and then you get results. So your actions will produce the results. It's not the results that produces the action. Yeah. So you sing, that's the taking of the action, and then your reward, your prize, you get it. I'm gonna mentally send it to your mind right now. Yeah. Potential, any good trades for this week. We had a beautiful short on. Let's go on here. We had a beautiful short on Aussie New Zealand. Absolutely beautiful. In, out, bang, bang. It hit to the pip. This is crazy. Like, not even, no draw, not to the pip right there. And then price bounce off from there. And then we also had New Zealand CAD. We also had New Zealand CAD from I think Monday's session. I can't remember. That also just drove down. This one we're currently sitting in. We're getting to almost 2-1. The final target is all the way down here, so we've got room to go. And then we missed a trade on dollar yen. We didn't quite get to the entry. We missed it by, I think, 2 pips or something, and we are seeing price at the target. We are not gonna go into that discussion today. We are not gonna go into that discussion. Yeah, let's not go there. Okay, I've already explained why we do that. It's for your own peace of mind. Okay, so let's not go there, Mr. Zach. And then we took a loss on EuroCAD buying here. Buying here. I was doing, I think it was on the other one. Yeah, we took a loss on this one. So overall, we are still up, so that's good. That's the important thing. Let's start with the dollar. Okay, so yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, I did go through how I did these levels, and I explained how we're going to see down candles form at it. I don't know. He stopped. He stopped. He stopped doing taking people in. He said he's going to do a final one, which starts next year, 2021. But he's doing intake in December, and I don't know how much he's going to charge. So I have no idea what he's going to charge. But you can find him on YouTube, and I don't think he's mentioned anything to do with price, but you can find him on YouTube, and in the community tab, that's where I think he's communicating with the members. I'm no more a member, so you're not gonna find me there. Okay, so I did mention how price is going to place down candles at each of these levels. So we've already seen the one that happened yesterday, right? We experienced that, and then price drove up. We stayed till 3 o'clock, and after 3 o'clock we saw price drove up, and then at 94.10, okay, level called in advance, you see price pausing there, and we have formed a down candle at that level. So what is the next price point that is going to go? 94.60. Yeah, so on the upside, 94.60 on dollar is our next target. Okay, so with that, then foreign currency should continue dropping. So on euro, our next target is the 1.1685. Dropping down to the hourly, I was looking at it this morning to see if I can find an entry, but it's not giving me any entry on the time frames that I trade. So I kind of had to go to the lower time frames, and I was looking at this down candle. So as soon as this down candle gives up, then I think it will be self fulfilling that they're gonna take price to the downside, because they've cleaned the highs all in here and then rejecting. So once we break that right at this candle's low, that's your entry, and your stop loss, you can place it just above this candle's high. Okay, and then you look for a continuation to the downside. Maybe you're gonna get more room beyond this. If you go onto the daily, we've got a void, okay, all up candles sitting in here, so we could get a crazy move to the downside. But for now, if you go back to the higher time frame, which is this one, we spend a lot of time in here, we will be going to 50%. Yeah, so if you draw 50%, we will be going to 50%. So if you do catch an entry, here with a stop loss just above that, you could extend right here. I think this one will be small enough for you, Mr. Zach. Alright, we could get something like this, okay, with a stop loss just above that. Okay, they've already done the job on the upside, so they shouldn't come up here again. So we should look for a continuation to the downside. So as soon as this down candle is broken, okay, we're gonna look for a retest of that same down candle there, and then look for a continuation to the downside. Like I said, we will be going to 50% of that range on the weekly, so you can obviously look to target there. On the daily time frame, you can take something off once this level has been hit. but this is based on the weekly. It's not based on the daily, because the daily has no power anymore. The daily has given up its power. I think that was yesterday. Okay, let's go and draw a line and show you how the daily gave its power right there. So right here, yesterday the daily gave up its power. Okay, so we are bearish on the daily. So if you are bearish, then we look for weekly targets. So on the weekly, we will be going down, but 50% is enough for price to bounce off, and then we look for this level as our next target. So let me leave it here and change this to green, and then this level will be another target before finally looking for price to come back and rebalance all this. Okay, so these are downside objectives on the weekly. Yeah, let's drop down to the 4-hour. Yeah, that looks nice. So we should be dropping from here. All right. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention, we also caught the New Zealand dollar. We'll go on that soon. Okay, so this will be your some position, a level you can take something off. Okay, and then look for continuation to the downside. There is more room to the downside, so we might get some bounces on the way, but ultimately we should continue going down. So that is that. On British pound, we just bouncing. Actually, let's go on to this one quickly, because I had a level on there that I wanted to sell short on the retracement. Yeah, before I miss it. So this move to the upside, they've broken. On the 4 it looks good. Yeah, this down candle. If we do get a pullback, I think it'll be a good place to look for a sell. Okay, let's go right here. We have all these down candles before they move up, so selling here. I'm looking at targeting down there for now because of the 4-hour. Okay, because of the 4-hour, we've not done much in this mini trend. Yeah, it's too tight for my liking, and we did leave a gap in here. So if we did get a pullback in there, then obviously by all means take a short and target this low gap in here. Okay, and then you can leave some on to. This is where my eyes is on, in case we start moving down. If we look on the daily, it looks like we are forming a swing high. Okay, so if we do that, then we'll be looking for price to come and take out this low, and then the 4-hour level down there in here. That's where I'm eyeing. Okay, so the reason why British pound is bouncing is because of that euro pound, but we still have downside objectives on the euro, on the pound. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not a bad area to consider a sell. This last up candle, I don't like going in the lower time frame to redefine define them. I like being on the higher time frame. So this is the level, right? You can look for this target on the daily right in here, but this down candle is going to be, it's going to cause a bounce, a very significant bounce, because it's sitting right inside a weekly level here. Yeah, so it could cause a significant bounce, so make sure you don't try to stay too much. Okay, don't stay too much for your visit on this pair. And if if you're contemplating taking a short on this, then I'll rather put it on this one, because this has room to the downside, whilst this one has already moved down significantly. Yeah, after breaking this low, they've gone down so much, and this one was being held. Okay, so this will move much more than the pound. Okay, so if you want to sell short, I'll rather sell short on euro, and then find a position on this one as well, because this one will help the euro to drop more. Okay, so if you do find yourself to get a position on this, you can also hold on to that. We're moving away, but I think there will be a bounce, and you consider there. Okay. You cannot see the pair names. Okay, let me do this and you see it. Does that help? Does that help? Good. Okay, great. Yeah, so with the retracement back down to these down candles, you can look for a position and then continue to hold it. I think we might get a big push to the downside to help euro drop. Okay, because pound has already dropped too much, and this one was held in consolidation, so it's time for this to drop. I'll go on to the next one, which is New Zealand dollar. We had a beautiful I'm all about breakers, so you can see why that level. Okay, had a beautiful sell from there. It's just too good. Yeah, and then the first target being this equal low. I watched this happen like this early hours this morning at 3 o'clock, and I think price is it's not random. Price is never ever random. Whoever says price is random, they have no idea what they are doing. Okay, price is never random, because the way price came all the way down, and at exactly 3:30, because I was watching price at exactly 3 o'clock or 3:30, price has already taken out this equal low, and then it shot up. Yeah, price shot up like that. So in my opinion, it was like this was all pre-planned, or whatever they were doing, they planned it, because price drove all the way down to that specific level where there is liquidity. Yeah, equal lows, liquidity, and then because the news came out, it shot up. Okay, so someone would think this is to do with support and resistance, which is never true. Okay, that thing is not real. So, and then price shot up, and then it went back into where another breaker right here, and then we shot back down, and then what do we have here again? Another breaker. So this pair has been fantastic, but I took it on, not on this one. Yeah, even though I saw all this, but I took it on New Zealand CAD. Yeah, I'll show you. I took it on here because I felt like this one has got more room to the downside. This low and then that gap, it has more room to the downside. That's why I took it on this. Okay, but we do have this low gap with that down candle, so we might get a bounce in here somewhere at this, and that could offer us a re-entry. Yeah, so if you do get a bounce in here and it goes up, you just find a 4-hour level or a 1-hour level, and then we can add to our position. At the moment, there's nothing. Maybe we wait for a stop run and reject, something like this, a stop run, a rejection, and then we go back in with more position. So be mindful of, actually that's a nice level as well. Okay, look at that, beautiful, shot up quickly. They already took some stops, so watch out for this level that could offer a short-term bounce. Probably not really short-term, could offer a big bounce. Yeah, it could offer a big bounce because that's a daily level. Yeah, that's a daily level, so it could offer a big bounce. It might come back maybe to this down candle slow as a breaker. So I can take this one off because that has been taken already, and place it there. So what could end up happening is this. We're gonna come here, bounce, go back, hit this, and then drop back down and take out this low. Okay, because that's a beautiful daily level, and then inside that daily level we have a nested 1 hour absolutely gorgeous bullish move. Okay, so we do have a lower low as well, so that was a run on stop before they move up, so that could offer a pretty decent bounce. And look at that, what do we have here? That's a bearish OB. So we could get bounce there, come here, and then roll back down. Okay, so if you did get the short, make sure you take something off at that level as well. Don't know why I did this in orange color. Okay, so that is the New Zealand dollar. Aussie dollar didn't quite get to where I wanted it to come to. Yeah, I was looking for a sell at this candles there. That candles close. Yeah, the close. I was looking for a sell there. It didn't quite get there. Even the low, it didn't get there. Yeah, with this pullback, it didn't get there. But that's what I was looking for, to sell there. We are continuing going down. They have left this beautiful last up candle here. However, like I did mention, this is just Candyland. Right, if you are here on I think if you've been here since Monday, you would know that this has been our target. Yeah, because this was a mini trend line, so the trend line traders were being punished right here, so they got punished, and we're looking for price to come here. So if we do get any pullback or run on stops on the lower time frame, wait for it to run the stops rejection, and then you go in. Okay, if we do come up here, if we don't, then no problem. Also, what you can do is a technique. No, it's not my technique. Okay, so don't credit me. I learned all this stuff from my mentor. Okay, what you can do is tomorrow or today, when we close and the new candle opens, wait for a mini pullback, a small pullback, maybe a 10 pip pullback to the upside, and then you sell short, and then you place your stop back here to catch this move, to take out this low. If we don't take it today, if we take it today, then no problem. But if we don't, what you can do is wherever this is going to close today, wait for a mini pullback, something like this. It's not going to pull back a lot. Yeah, a mini pullback to give you the high of the day, and then you sell short, and then you target here with another one right here. So I'm going to change this to green. So these are all downside objectives. Plus, we have broken to the downside today. If we close as we are officially bearish on we are officially bearish on range low broken. Okay, so we have broken to the downside right there. So we are officially bearish on Aussie dollar. Okay, so going forward, everything is a sell. So I'll go onto the weekly time frame and then find weekly levels for our profit taking. And yeah, we do have this gap closure in here, so that should be brought up there. And we do also have that low as a potential target. So these are weekly levels that has to be respected. Right, so these are for now downside objectives based on the daily broken and weekly levels. I think we might go down further. Let's have a look on the monthly, see what we have. Yeah, that lines up with that up candle. So for now, that will do. And then let's see what price will do. Maybe we'll get a bounce to come up and then we can take a short to continue going, because we do have another mini breaker in here. So maybe we get a bounce to come up and then we continue going with it. Wonderful times. When dollar is moving like this, I am joyful, because it makes trading very much easy. But when it goes into this, then it becomes a job. Let's go back to right. So I think we're just gonna keep rolling down. We did have, I was looking at the 5 minutes chart earlier, even though I don't like it. And I was practicing. Okay, I caught a buy here with a target there, and then I was looking at this down candle that if we break, once we break that down candle, that should offer support for a continuation to the downside. Again, these are not time frames that I trade. I just practice on them because like the higher time frame takes time. What am I looking for? Oh, there. I asked myself what I was looking for. Right, the higher time frame takes time to give these kind of patterns. So for me, and dropping down to the lower time frame is just for practice. I don't use them to trade, but I practice the things that I trade on the higher time frame. Yeah. So we had price going up, taking out all these stops. So once we broke down, that should offer support for a continuation to the downside. So if you do like trading the lower time frames, you can just look for a run above a high and then a rejection, and then just take the down candle as a trade. So we did have one in here right there, so that if we retrace back here, you could take a short. We also have one in here right now. Here we have a run above this high, we break down, that's also a short for continuation to the downside. These are just lower time frame entries, but I like my high time frame. Okay, so just to illustrate how you can get a position right now on the 15 minutes, this is a good level that you could also take a position based on the 15 minutes. Okay, and then your stop goes above that candle's high, and then look for a continuation to the downside. Because it's bearish, I don't think it's gonna, it's trying to bounce, but all the bounce are just shallow and then they keep falling down. So you could take a position there and look for downside objective. Okay, let's jump on to dollar yen. On dollar yen, I think If you do pull back, then that would be a good area to consider long. Okay, and look at this area as a potential target if we do pull back in there. If we don't, then use the technique I shared earlier regarding price opening, stop below previous day's low, and then look for upside objective. If the dollar keep pushing higher, we might get price to rebalance here. Yeah, we might get price to rebalance here. Let's remove this and redo it. There, we might get price to come all the way back there, which also lines up with the mean threshold of this last up candle. Okay, so we might get price to come there. At the same time, they've already run this weekly swing low, so there's more injection down here to push price up. So let's go back to the weekly and draw that line. So we could get at least price to come here, which looks very possible because we can, or I can see this. I can see that, and I can see this, and then the last one here. So these are all areas where price will be going retracement and breaking, going retracement. You can see we went here, came back down. The first one we broke, that's where we were looking for our trade, down here, and then we went above this, came back down for retracement, and we are breaking. So if we do touch this, maybe there will be something inside here that we could use on the lower time frame for a trade, maybe a retracement to somewhere in here. But again, I don't trade the lower time frame, so you could find something in here for a continuation to the upside. Okay, I like the big time frame, so my level that I'm looking for is down here. Okay, but you could look for, actually let's dig deep into this one. That's also not bad. Yeah, that's not bad, sitting inside that level. Yeah, that's not bad. It's the hourly. At least if you get stopped out, then the beautiful one is down there. Yep. And right there. Okay, right there. That down candle with that mini gap there looks interesting, so we could get something from here to continue going higher. Right, so that would be it for that. Let me get rid of these boxes. I don't know if you know what they are. If you don't worry, you don't need to. It's for me to know and for you guys to find out. Dollar Swiss, they managed to come above this high, which that's what I was looking for. Okay, now that they've gone above that high, then I'm confident that we're gonna continue going higher. Therefore, I think there was a 1 hour level inside here, right there. So if we do come down there, that is a beautiful, again, the move away was quick, so we know that JP Morgan was buying there because he lives next door, and he told me that he was buying. One of the workers, they said they bought there with that down candle. So if he gets back there, I should buy. I'm joking. I have no idea who JP Morgan is. I've just heard the name. I think it's a bank. Alright. What's this? Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD, I think we will be looking for a run above this high. yeah, we'll be looking for a run above this high. Let's go on the weekly. It also lines up with this down candles low. I think they want to come in here and rebalance that little gap in there. So once we get dollar to continue pushing higher, this would be a target. So because the daily is, I think, let's have a look at the daily. Yeah, the daily is bullish right now. So weekly levels to target would be in here. But first of all, we have to respect this down candle there. So let me push this one right here. So that's a level that needs to be respected, and then we can look for this one and that one. Okay, so all these green lines are upside objectives. So drop back down to the hourly. Let's go into the 4 and see if we have something to play with. I don't see anything on this time frame. It's just sideways. On the hourly, the recent run on stop is down here, and we've already moved away from there. So maybe you have to wait for something to form. Okay, the recent stop was here, run on stop was here, and then we've already moved away. We don't have any recent run on stop yet. Maybe we could find support inside this range, but nothing really interesting in here. So we have to wait for something to form. Okay, so on this one I don't have anything at the moment. You have to wait for something to form. I caught an entry in here, but it's too late for you to catch it. So I think you have to be patient, and then once you get something on it, once you see something, and then I can draw attention to it. And the British pound is coming for retracement, so watch out for these down candles to provide support and a continuation to the downside. Okay, so if you are interested, yeah, it's not my cup of tea, but if you are interested, you can go for this. Okay, with a stop below above this down candle. Okay, and then look for a continuation to the downside. We do have a little gap in here with a down candle, so that could offer a good bounce. Right, that could offer a good bounce, so I'm gonna leave it here so you don't go for that and then it will bounce against you. Aussie New Zealand, I just caught a short to continue going down from this down candle. Yeah, so hopefully I've got another position after taking the 2 profits. I've added more to it to continue going down. So let's see if we're gonna get that. Okay, if you're still short, I think most of you have taken profit. I saw someone at 3 o'clock, someone posted their profit in the group. I'm like, wow, people are still awake. I think that person is in the States, so at that time it was evening time for them, but it was 3 a.m. for me, and I was still watching price, and I saw someone post their profit. So I'm gonna look for a continuation to the downside on this one. The final target is what I'm watching. So the final target is here, down here, and that's what I'm looking for. So let's see if we're gonna get a continuation to the downside. This rejection was too quick, and the daily was very early, so we still got a good amount of time for this thing to continue going down to produce that daily full down close candle. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to this Euro, New Zealand, another pair that I looked, or I watched during the news. Okay, came all the way down, fell short to take out this low, and rejected and went all the way back. So I was watching and saying, okay, maybe this could be a engineered level. The fact that they didn't take out and then just fell short, maybe they've engineered it, which could be because there's a 1 hour level that I was monitoring right here, with that equal low. So they could send it down, take out this low, hit this, and then send it up for maybe next week. Okay, so that's something I'm watching for next week. If we open next week and we see price dropping, I'll be watching this level. Okay, if you drop down to the daily right here, inside there is a down candle on the hourly. It looks like we'll be sideways. If we break above this high, then we look for weekly targets, and we'll be looking for price to come up in here. But looking at where we have reached now, I don't think we're gonna continue going higher because they've taken out last week's high. Well done. Right, I don't think we're gonna go higher. If we end up closing above this, that would be brilliant, because then next week we'll be looking for a continuation to the upside, because they've taken out stops here and then managed to trade above this down candle. That is good. Whenever you see that in price, that is awesome. Anytime you see a down candle like something like this, we take out stops and then we trade above the down candle, that is brilliant, because it's indicating that JP Morgan has entered the market, Barclays has entered the market, so then they're gonna push price higher. So if they trade above this down candle, all this move to the downside was buying. Okay, they were buying as price was dropping. So if they close above this, then we'll be looking for higher prices, and our first target will be below this candle's low. So if we do close above this week, then next week we'll be looking for price to come here. Okay, for now they've taken out the stops above that previous week's high, and we've seen a rejection so far. So let's see if they are going to. So that's last week's high. All right, and they've taken the stops above it. Okay, so let's see if they're gonna break down. If they break down, I wouldn't want to buy here because of this equal low. I definitely don't want to do that. Maybe I'll wait, and then next week I'll take a trade on this, because this looks like a trap. This equal low looks like a trap to me. Euro Aussie, let's go into the daily and then see what that level is. This one. So if you look in here, this whole mess, that's the last up candle. Okay, so they've come to paying the opening price of that last up candle. If we go on to the weekly, that is a closure. Okay, they've closed in this gap, so that is enough to cause price to retrace. Delete that. That's enough to cause price to retrace. On the lower time frame, watch this down candle or this swing low. If they break that, then look for price to come back down in here. Okay, we've reached a high time frame level. One of the secrets to breakers, and this is for you, Zach. Yeah, that's your gift for answering the question right. Everyone will benefit. Okay, we live in a generous world, so everyone should benefit from everything. So your gift is, one of the secrets to breakers is to look for high time frame levels. So this level here is a high time frame level. That's the last up candle on the daily. So once we hit that, the down candle prior to price hitting the high time frame level, that is the most important candle. All the candles that is pushing up in here, that's the most important candle. So once that candle gives up, then you can go in and start looking for what? Sells. So once this candle gives up, you can start looking for sell. You can place your stop above here for peace of mind, but you can do it Zach's way and look for 10 pip stop loss by placing it here. Okay, you can look for Zach's way and place your stop loss here. Okay, and then you target somewhere in here because there's a imbalance, or there's a sharp move away, so price will want to come back here. Okay, so watch this down candle. If we break that, you can use that as a sell and then continue going. Let's have a look at this. If this did hit, it didn't hit it. Okay, all right, so watch out. Aussie yen and New Zealand yen, at the moment I don't have anything on them. Yeah, I don't have anything on them because they are extremely bearish. Price is just refusing to bounce. Okay, they are just dying. So I don't have anything on them at the moment. Okay, but we look for a continuation to the downside. It looks like they want to take out this low. There will be, the bounce has already happened. That's this one here. Once the news came out, it bounced up to take out previous days high and then rejection. So this is extremely bearish. We're gonna get price to continue dropping. We do have this low, that low. Okay, so we could, as a higher mini trend, so trend line traders would be around this trying to buy it, and then they will bet punish. So look for price to come down to rebalance here, right there. Again, this was one of the pairs that failed to get to 50% back in July when we were shorting heavily. Yeah, if I remember correctly. I actually did. Okay, it did. We had a short from up here to come to 50%. So look for price to come back down here to rebalance. So change that to green. Right, on the weekly, we could come all the way down here as well. We have a high taken, and if this low gives up, that's extremely bearish. Weekly will be now bearish, so we have to go on to monthly for support, and that could send us back down here. So the downside objectives looks right. Here we failed to even break this up candle, so we're still gonna look for a continuation to the downside on this pair. Price is dropping on the monthly, I think this would be a nice sell-off. Yeah, we're making lower lows, and this was just a pullback into the last up candle, and daily is breaking, so that will line itself back up to continue going down. So this would be a very good down movement. If we do get a pullback, I'll have I don't think we will for now, but in case we do, have a line on this one and then drop down before it even touched it. Yeah, I've already touched it, so I don't think it will come back down. Maybe they're gonna move down quickly and then form something in here for that to happen, or they're gonna break this and then they're gonna use this as support down here, because that's the last down candle prior to this down candle all the way up. That down candle will support price as a breaker. So once you break this, you will look for that to support price. It could come all the way inside, but they don't have to. The wick is enough. So once you break this, we'll be looking for downside objectives. Okay, so for now, look for price to come here, there. Don't forget this equal lows as well. I don't understand your question. Can we watch on your own time? What does that mean? Talk to me in private. Yeah, talk to me in private. We are in public, so talk to me in private. All right, so we'll be looking for a break and then continuation to the downside on this pair. And Euro Yen, let's go into the weekly to find weekly support. We do have this down candle here. Okay, so we'll be looking for continuation to that level, even though we are bouncing off here, which is normal. Okay, we have something called a balance price. So in here we have balance price, that's why we are bouncing, but we will be breaking it and coming down here. Let's go into the monthly. On the monthly, we don't have anything. We also have this up candle engulfed. Yeah, we have this up candle engulfed, so that is looking nice for continuation to the downside, even though we are bullish. Yeah, we are bullish. We have this low run and then we broke above this high, so this level could, let's have a look at this high. I want to check something. I like the opening price. I like the opening price to support price. So a run below this down candle could be possible, and then we start looking for a buy again. Okay, in here we start looking for a buy, but it has to line up with time. Yeah, time and price. My mentor preaches about it all the time. Time and price. So time means that there will be a time that this thing has to turn, and if you want to know what I mean by that, this is what I mean. So we are waiting for October, and then we get this. That's the time aspect of it. So as we are retracing down, that's normal, but the time aspect of it to return up will be something like this, October. Okay, so we wait till October comes in. It can hang around and don't do anything, and then once the time comes in, they're gonna run it up again. Last year That's when I started helping publicly around October last year, because till then I was just doing my stuff privately, and then I met a few guys that I know, and then I started helping them publicly. So we did see all this and this one. So that's what we'll be waiting for this year as well. So we are not gonna go up anytime soon until we've got about a week, between first and second week of October. Then we will get a bounce back up. Okay, so watch these 3 levels that I've marked out. That's where we'll be looking for a turnaround to happen, and then we'll be looking for a buy. Okay, so for now, if we do retrace, I don't think we'll go higher than this down candle for now. Let's expand this. Alright, let's expand this. Yeah, I don't think we'll be going higher than this down candle. This will provide support. You can see that price is struggling to even push above it. It will provide support where, if you drop down to the lower time frame, maybe in here somewhere, there will be a 4-hour level. Yeah, right there. Right, so if you do bounce inside there, that could also cause price to come back down, and then we could hang around. They could accumulate positions, long positions in here. So for Euro Yen, it's much better to wait for price to push up and then sell it, because we are not going up yet. Same thing to pound yen. This is the level I'm looking at. All right, that's the level I'm watching for a retracement. Yeah, that's the level I'm watching for retracement. It looks like it got there. It did hit this down candle, but there's this gap in here that I want to see price come back in. So maybe we could return back and then go up. If we trade above this down candle, then we could be going back inside this range. Yeah, inside this swing high to that low. That's if we trade above this. And because you're bearish, we can still sell short for a continuation until, again, if you're looking for when to be a buyer, let's go back in here and there. Okay, same time of the year, October. Okay, so September, the drop is normal, and then October we have this huge rally. Okay, so same thing that we'll be looking for in here. So let's be patient. If it does come up here, no problem, then we sell short back down. But once we get into October, I'll be looking for a huge rally to retrace. CAD yen, the level I was looking for was down here. Yeah, the level I'm looking for is down here. So maybe they could send it down, take out this low, and then by that time we will already be in October. And then you all know yen, these are all yen pairs. So as I keep mentioning October, you should be aware what I mean or what I'm trying to imply. It means that October we're gonna get yen to rally. I mean yen to be weak. Okay, if this pair is rallying, it means that yen is weak. Okay, so that's what I'll be watching out for. Okay, so if we break down, I'm looking for a buy, but hopefully we'll be in October, so price will hang around a little bit. EuroCAD, we got stopped out yesterday from this down candle. We do have a concept. We have a concept called Oh man. So you guys didn't hear anything I said, did you? Where was I? Ah, dear. Where was I that caught off? Maybe in here? Or Cardian? Yeah. You're a cat. Okay, you're a cat. So I was saying that. Wow. I was saying that there is a concept that I learned, okay, that is called reclaim. Okay, reclaim OB, where we have a valid OB, which is this one here, and then it doesn't respect it. Once we break it and we come above it, that OB becomes active again, and then you can buy for a continuation to the upside. But because the 4R is bearish, okay, the 4R is bearish, and we are in a consolidation, so I don't want to do that. I would rather wait for price to close above this high and then wait for a pullback before buying. So that's what I was mumbling about. If you didn't hear me say anything, that's what I was talking about. Okay, so this down candle it was a good down candle, but price go through it. Once we come above it, that becomes an active OB. But then because the 4R is bearish, I don't want to be buying. I would rather wait for swing high to be broken and then wait for retracement before buying, right? So this one, I'll be on the sideline. On pound Aussie. Now, I was telling myself off this morning for not taking this trade. Okay, I was telling myself off this morning for not taking this trade from here. I saw it. We all saw it. I gave it out, but I didn't like it because we were just trading sideways. But I realized that it was a good trade. Okay, so I told myself off for not taking it because I don't know. It happens. Yeah, it will happen to you as well. Okay, it happens that you have a good level, you have a good pair, and then you don't take it. Okay, it's gonna happen. Okay, so but we do have, they've left some nice down candles in here. Let's go back to this one. They've left a down candle in here, which could come back as a retracement and then continue going higher. So have this down candle on your chart. If you do come back down there, you could look for a continuation. Or what you can do is looking at this up candle, okay, this was a huge move to the downside. So once they've come above it, they don't want to go down again. They don't want to go back down again because they've invested a lot of money to take price down and take position below this low. So once they've come above it, this is the last like straw that breaks the camel's back. So they don't want to go back down there. So chances are they might not come back here. So you can use this as a shield and then target that level. So you could kind of place your stop below this low and then just confidently buy for a continuation to the upside. On the daily, okay, we do have this 1, 2, 3. So we could go all the way up to rebalance everything. Okay, so let's look on the weekly. Yeah, we could come back up to the last up candle in here. Yeah, that is possible. So to cut a long story short, it's either you're gonna be patient for price to give you this entry, or if you want to chase it, then your stop loss should be below here. At least you got a bit of protection. Don't put it in here because that could come back and stop you out. Place it below this one, and then target that. If you break above this, then in here, this last up candle could be where we'll be coming. This one here, we didn't take out this low, so we could potentially pause in here for now, because that's a mitigation. Okay, that's a mitigation, and I think that's the low of the weekly. Yeah, so that could be a potential upside objective. They didn't move nicely like I want to see. It's just been back and forth, but it's just a matter of trusting the process. Okay, that's why we always say trust the process. And this is why. Okay, it was not the best continuation to the upside, but it was gradually. This is where I got a first. This is where I thought price would move, okay, to that level. So I did get a buy from here, but we started going back and forth, so I just gave up on it. And then this level has been awesome. So going forward, I'll listen to myself more and buy. All right, so similarly to this one, let's go back to that, because the trade idea was on here, and I did mention it yesterday as well. When price was here, I did mention that we will be coming to that last up candle above that and into that last up candle on the 4-hour, and this still is very possible. Okay, it's taking time, but it's possible. I think it's finding support here. So again, that's something you can shield yourself around this up candle. Shield yourself here and then target that last up candle, and there will be a probability that they will trade above this, and you look for higher prices. Remember, I've been looking for high prices on this pair. Okay, and the reason being, let's go back in time. September, okay, we do get a push, and then retrace, and then October a push. So that's what I'm looking for on this pair. So it's not too late. They've run stops and they're gonna break. We have a down candle here, so once they break and they come back down, it's all sweet. Okay, so there's more room to the upside. This is just the beginning. Yeah, this is just the beginning, so let them do the hard work, and then we go in and pick the low hanging fruits. New Zealand CAD, that is my trade that I am in. So I'm looking for a run in here, and then I've already taken something off because of the news that was coming out early hours this morning. So I've already taken something off. Funny enough, I took it right off right here at exactly, go down to the lower time frame, right on this candle. Okay, on was it 2:15? Yeah, right on this candle. That's when I closed half some of my position, and then I watched it run all the way up. What I wanted to see was it to come and hit this down candle on the 4-hour. If it did that, then probably I would have added the position back on right here, but it didn't. And then price has dived back down. So I'm looking for a continuation to the downside. And finally, Aussie CAD. I had to choose between this and that, so it's a choice whether you're gonna go with this or that, because we know both of them were going down. And I actually had a conversation with one of my friends about this pair on Saturday, that we were looking for a continuation to the downside, because we forecasted that this pair should drop for this week and next week, but we chose New Zealand CAD instead of Aussie CAD. So I think we will be coming down here, and this is the one that failed to go to 50%. Yeah, so I still have my 50% sitting down chilling. Chilling. So that's where I'm looking for price to drop to. Aussie CAD, I think we will be dropping in here. There's a little rebalancing that needs to be done right there. So I think that's where price is going to come, and then we will see a bounce, maybe a bounce back to this down candle. So watch that level in the lower time frame. If you do see one of these patterns that I've taught to you guys several times over and over and over again. So we have a high, and then we break down. Okay, you selling this down candle. So if we do get here, and then price hits it, and then run that, usually this is what it's gonna do. All right, and then run that, hits it, break, and then you buy here for a continuation. Okay, so if you see price dropping that level and it gives you this pattern, okay, then buy it and look for target up in here. Right, so I'll leave that there for you. That's 94.77. Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin in the morning, I said that this down candle should provide support and send us, let's go into the hourly because it was on the 1 hour time frame. This down candle should provide support and send us back up in here. If we lose this low, then we're gonna continue going lower, but the market structure in place should send price back up in here to rebalance. That's the daily level, and then send us back down. But if this gives way, if this low gives way, then we're gonna go down. We have equal lows in here, we have a low gap in here, we have equal low down here as well. Okay, so we will be going down if we break this low. And then gold. Okay, so I've missed my entry. Brilliant. That's the morning session level. We had this down candle taking out this high, break down, retest, and then we are shooting down. So I should have looked at gold earlier. Oh well, these are the stuff that you have to endure as a trader. You are going to miss trades. I did a psychology lesson, 1 hour long psychology lesson this morning, which no one wants to watch because it's boring. Okay, but it's the one that most people need. Yeah, and one of the things we talked about is not fearing to take a loss. Do not be scared to take a loss, and also admit that when you take a loss or when price is stopping you, you have to admit that yes, you are wrong, and don't let price go against you too much. Okay, so for the VIP members, if you are in here and you are not in the morning session, go back and watch this morning's lesson because it's gonna benefit you. Okay, gold, we are looking for 1862 as downside objective, and then 1813 for continuation to the downside. And this is heartbreaking to watch it drop without you, but it is what it is. I think we should have come on gold earlier. Oil, I said stay away because price is just doing back and forth, so it's better to stay away for now. If you want to do anything, let us take out this high and then wait for a retracement, or wait to see some form of a stop run. Okay, wait to see some form of a stop run, and then you can go in. Okay, so I think that will be it for today, unless you have any question, unless you want me to look at anything for you, then I will gladly do so. Let's have a look at nice. Let's go into the 5 minutes. So we've run away quickly, so that is giving us at least something to work with. Okay, we've left these 3 down candles and we've traded above them, running some form of lows in here. So a retracement back down could cause price to push higher again. So 113, 134 is the next upside objective. Run it up 134. That is gorgeous. Anything anyone wants me to look at, or anything anyone wants to ask? You're all good. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at the pound. It didn't quite get there. Yeah, I understand why there was a mini gap in here. That's why these lower time frames sometimes could cause high time frames levels not to be hit. Let's have a look at the actually I have them here. Let's have a look at the indices. As usual, they should be diving down. Oh wow, this has been dead. Okay, let's do some investigation. This is a beautiful 4-hour trend. Okay, we break down, price comes back up, last up candle, breaks down, comes back up, last up candle, breaks down, last up candle, and we're breaking down again. This is a nice mini trend. Same thing, breakdown, last up candle, breakdown, last up candle, breakdown. That's taking out this high. We do have a high in here. So this one is the leading. This one is strong. And this one is dead. And this one is the Dow. Yeah, the Dow is dead. Retrace to sun candle, and then it's gonna continue going down. See on the lower time frames, Okay, so this down candle should act as support, and then we should keep dropping. Pay attention if you trade this thing. Pay attention to this gap. I personally don't trade it because it has harmed me in the past, and I'm still healing myself. I'm still healing myself from its pain. So push back inside here with a stop above this candle's wick high. Okay, and then he's continuing to target. We have some push above in here, so imbalance maybe to this low gap. I hope you all had these levels on your chart. Please have them on your chart and then watch how price unfolds and how you can see future prices. And then going forward, you can do the same thing. If you do have a clear direction, you can follow the same procedure that I did, and then you can forecast these price points where we had a buy in here, and then now we are pushing up from that same level, the 94.10 to 94.60, and once we get to 94.60, maybe we will push back down into the 94.10, and then we'll be heading for 95. Okay, so if you were not here yesterday, go back and watch yesterday's session, and then you will understand how I came up with these levels. Okay, I guess everyone is good, so I'm gonna disappear. Thank you for coming today. I love doing YouTube because you get a lot of interaction in the morning. I think people are still sleepy because most of you guys are in the other part of the world, so some people watch in their sleep. Some people watch in their sleep, so they can't be bothered to send messages. But when you do YouTube, you get people to comment and ask questions. So I love doing YouTube with you guys. So I'll see the YouTube guys on Monday at 2 p.m. And then for the VIP members, if everything goes well, we will meet tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and then in the afternoon at 2 p.m. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.